Okay, this video is going to be on Zack Ryder. Pretty much has declined as an entertainer since Wrestlemania time this past April. And I think a lot of that has to do with like the old cliche, once you're at top, there's, only way to go is down. And let's be real, guys. Did you really think Zack Ryder is going to be something huge on WWE TV? I understand he's a funny guy. It's like one of those stories where it's like a guy went from jobbing to pretty much being a superstar. I know it sounds a little passé, but can you really see Zack Ryder in that position of an upper mid-card contender at all, honestly? Think about his past and his credentials to even be on TV. And I'll get to the point. I was once a Zack Ryder fan, I still am, but I'm just saying that when you really think about it, are we really making a fool of ourselves? Or the fans who audition for these videos, the fans who make the signs and, do whatever, are they really being brainwashed by the WWE system to believe in this guy who kind of doesn't really have much to offer other than a couple catchy phrases and cool spiky haircut? But other than that, think about it. ECW, he came in with Kurt Hawkins. They were the Major Brothers. They jobbed. What are you gonna do? ECW, you weren't gonna get much anywhere if you didn't stick out from anyone. These guys were your generic tag team. Whatever. You don't hear from them at all. They then debut with Edge as the Edgeheads. They changed their names to Hawkins and Ryder. From there, they had a meaning on TV. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins together had something going on. They were on TV every week. They were on pay-per-views. They were at Wrestlemania. Things were good, Being under the wing of Edge, you couldn't ask for anything more as, a rookie in the company. From there, it's like, where do they go? Clearly you have to branch off. You can't just stick with Edge your whole career. So, once they break up, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins went solo. Ryder got a haircut to really change his whole appearance. It was Jersey Shore before Jersey Shore was cool. And, he did the whole, my girlfriend this. He had Rosa Mendez with him. And I don't think he won any match. I think he might have, but it's like nothing too extravagant where it's like, remember that time when Zack Ryder did this. He was on ECW and, wasn't really doing much. So then I think the show came along and it was huge. His first video got huge hits everywhere because all the wrestling sites were like, Zack Ryder opens YouTube channel bashing WWE. Bashing might have been a little misleading of a word, but it was definitely a pun where it's like he is taking shots at WWE. And everyone thought like, man, this guy's like taking shots at his company. He's like going against the grain. And, wrestlers doing YouTube videos now just seems to be normal after Matt Hardy and Zack Ryder, and now you have Melina, Ted DiBiase. It was huge. And people got behind him because they believed in his movement and his cause that, this guy deserves a chance, he's entertaining, and he proved to the fans through his YouTube channel that he can be entertaining. So it's like, alright, let's give Zack Ryder a chance. Everyone got behind him, including myself. I bought into whatever he did. I watched every episode, and it was fun to watch. It was entertaining to watch. And I think it was because you believed in the cause. Everyone believed that stop letting, guys like the Triple H's, the Shawn Michaels, the Undertakers, the John Cena's, Randy Orton's, the guys who've always been on top for so long. Give someone else a chance. And Zack Ryder was like that figurehead that will lead us to wanting that. Everything was awesome. Everything was going his way. He made it to WrestleMania 27. And if it might have been just, getting hit in the head by Roddy Piper, but he still made it to WrestleMania. And his views were just over the top. Look at, he's at episode 35 right now. So from 35, we're going to go to 32. You go from 32 to 24. You go from 24 to 10. This is around WrestleMania time, 10 to 20. So you go from 10 to 2. Now if you can't see the difference in the views from 35 or 32, because 35 was on Thursday, so you can't really say much about that. from to 2, there is a big difference in the two. And I think it's because people are losing interest in Ryder. I think now it's like his show has become just something, oh yeah, today's Thursday, let's go see what Zack Ryder's doing. Rather than, oh, today's Thursday, oh, Z-True Long Island Story's coming on today. And that, I think, is the biggest change in Ryder, because he hasn't really done anything to really show that he's different. You know, when he first came on the scene doing the show, it was something different, something no one's seen before. And much like things in life and in wrestling, things get boring and stale real fast. You have to redefine yourself and just recreate yourself whenever you get stale. And Zack Ryder is far beyond that time. And now that he's on TV, it's like a whole change in his show. It's more like just about him. You know, at first he had the Broski of the Week. He had his own little song that the people sang for him. And bought into the shirt. The first basic shirt, I was actually bought it during Wrestlemania time, hoping that I would wear it to Wrestlemania. That's how much I was into it. And now he has a headband, he has glasses, he has a shirt. From there, 360 in his whole show. Now instead of plugging him and what he, you know, his comedic acts, it's more like you got a roided up guy named the Big O, you have Chiapetta, you have, you know, Ziggler and Ryder doing their little online feud. And it's honestly, it's not even that funny anymore. You know, it's like pretty much the Brady Bunch of Zack Ryder. You have his friends, his family, they're all just getting together in the show just to get Zack some extra bucks and some extra views. And I don't think it's working anymore. And I'm not going to buy into the shirt, the new one, the headband, or the sunglasses, because I think he has fell into that corporate circle, and now that he's on TV, he's made to look like a bitch, because that's all he is now. He is known to be that guy who carries around the flip cam, can't do much in the ring, you know, let's face it, his ring ability is completely average to below average, and he's just entertaining, and entertaining can just get you so far until people get bored of you. Take a look at John Cena. Everyone was for Cena, but now it's like, no, well, some people, you know, the majority of people hate Cena because he's the same thing over and over again. Zack Ryder hasn't done anything to really redefine himself. He's the same thing over and over again. Are you serious, bro? Take care, spike your hair, pin, or if he is in a match, he doesn't even get the pin. You know, Mason Ryan does all the work, like this past Monday. You know, he's with Hugh Jackman, and, you know, it's kind of made for him to look like a bitch because Hugh Jackman punches Dolph Ziggler. And Ryder just got the pin. I think what made people fall so into the Ryder revolution was just the cause and the movement. Look at me, I had the shirt, and people wanted to see something new, and now that they got it, some people are starting to, you know, believe that the fans do have a say, but the others, it's like, hey, we got what we want, but what are you going to do with it? Sure, put them on TV, but, you know, it's how much longer can you keep doing the same thing over and over again? Another thing I think is just the underdog story. I think that's the biggest thing. People in life love the underdog. Underdog story started, you know, back to David and Goliath. You had Rocky and Apollo. You had the whole Rey Mysterio run was the underdog story of the year, people called it. Rocky is called the biggest underdog of all time. For boxing fans, look at, what was it, Mike Tyson versus, geez, I forgot his name now. Buster Douglas. That was his name. Sorry, I was thinking of Arthur, and I'm like, why am I thinking of Arthur right now? I was like, Buster Douglas. And, but yeah, Zack Ryder now, I already explained it, he's just that corporate guy who's just plugging his things, just like Cena. Take it as the mid-card Cena, for example. That's why Cena and Ryder get along so well. They have a lot in common than people think. They can't wrestle, they always plug their stuff, they're in the system. And I know a lot of people are not going to like me for doing the same things I said, but it's the truth. Zack Ryder is the John Cena of the mid-card, lower mid-card even. And, you know, and I think if Dolph Ziggler does drop the belt to Ryder at Vengeance, I think they're having a match, it would just make Ziggler look so bad, because look at Ryder, what has he done even to prove himself being championship worthy? He carries around a fake belt, thinking that he is a legit champion. And Dolph Ziggler's been busting his ass, and now he has to kind of carry Zack Ryder and make him into a bigger, I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, take care, spike your hair, and and get off the TV.